All right, thanks, guys. We improved to 3-0 in our last three board member tier package plays on patreon.com/Brock Page yesterday. That's going to improve our record to 7-1 in our last 8 board member tier package plays. And of course, patreon.com/Brock Page. That's a site where we do daily premium sports picks beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, we'll bill you the day you sign up, and then the first of every month following that, we're also 3-0 in our last 3 NBA tier package plays. And we're 13-3 in our last 16 NBA tier package plays. And the good news is this: we have another NBA tier package play going off tonight. Guys, we have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. We're over currently 1,100 members signed up and active on that site. If you want some more information, link for that website is in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/Brock Page. All right, guys, we got ourselves a nice slate of college basketball here today, so let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to begin with Delaware taking on Hofstra, 6 o'clock Eastern tip-off in that game. Hofstra's -4, total 148. Now, Hofstra, they do struggle in offensive rebounding. Meanwhile, defensively, their opponents are shooting 45% from the field against them, and they're giving up 70 points per contest as the official home team. Now, Delaware, on the other side, winners of their last 2 straight, 7-3 straight up in their last 10. They rank in the top 40 in road scoring, top 5 in road offensive field goal percentage. The Blue Hens are 12-7 straight up away from home this year, 12-7 against the spread in that same category. Delaware also ranks in the top 40 in road defensive rebounding. They're averaging 74 points per contest when they travel. They're also shooting 49% from the field in that same category. Now, 8 out of Delaware's last 10 did get over the total. They're also 10-3 to the over as the official road team. I'm going to lean Delaware +4 in the over 148. Next game, Wofford, East Tennessee State, 7 o'clock tip-off. East Tennessee State, they are -6, total at 134. Pretty good two-way action on this number here, although we did see some money on the over in this one. So once again, East Tennessee State, they opened and remain -6. Total open 133 up to 134. East Tennessee, they are 16-1 straight up as the official home team. 11-0 straight up in their last 11 games. Nice little winning streak for them. They are ranking in the top 25 in defensive rebounding. Meanwhile, they're holding their opponents to just 59 points per contest when they're the official home team as well. Now, Wofford on the other side, just 6-10 straight up on the road, 6-10 against the spread in that same category. They struggle in offensive rebounding. They're averaging just 65 points per contest when they travel. They're also 10-6 to the under on the road. Meanwhile, East Tennessee State, they are 3-1 to the under in their last 4. I'm going to lean East Tennessee State -6 and the under 134. Next game, Illinois-Chicago taking on Wright State, 7 o'clock tip-off. The Raiders of Wright State, they are laying 6 points, total at 145. We're seeing money on UIC and the over in this one. We saw a 1-point fade of Wright State and a movement upward on the total. Once again, Wright State open as the 7-point favorite, down to -6. Total open 142.5 up to 145. Wright State, they failed to cover the number in 2 out of their last 3. They're also just 4-5 against the spread in their last 9. They're shooting just 67% from the stripe this year, and they struggle in defensive rebounding. UIC on the other side, 5-1 straight up in their last 6, 11-4 against the spread away from home. They rank in the top 35 in defensive field goal percentage on the road. They're also in the top 10 in the nation in defending the 3-ball on the road as well. Now, 3 out of UIC's last 5 did get over the number. Meanwhile, Wright State, 3-1 to the over in their last 4, 70% to the over in their last 10. And one more thing to add about the Raiders, they are 10-4. Scratch that. 70% to the over in their last 10. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the underdog in this one. Give me Illinois-Chicago, UIC +6. In the over 145 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Monday's college basketball action. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Now, before we go ahead and move on, just got to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/Brock Page, where we do daily premium sports picks on that site beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, we did go just 2-3 yesterday in our 5 premium picks. Not a great day for us, but we did improve to 3-0 in our last 3 board member tier package plays yesterday, and that's going to put us at 7-1 in our last 8 board member tier package plays on that site. We're also 3-0 in our last 3 NBA tier package plays, 13-3 in our last 16 NBA tier package plays, so a very good package there for us. And the good news is this, we have another NBA tier package play going off tonight. If you decide to sign up, we bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month. And if you're curious, why would you buy a package from me when you can get all the picks for free here on YouTube? That's certainly a great thought, a great consideration. And you're right. Basically, I give you the picks here for free on YouTube. But the problem with that is if you were going to bet every single game on the board, side and total with your hard-earned money, it's certainly not a winning formula for success. The math becomes aggressively against you when you play the entire slate. So what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on 4 to 5 premium selections per day, high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record in many different categories is a lot better than it is here on YouTube, although you may want to look out for the daily best play as we are in a gross losing streak in the daily best play. But as far as the other tiers, we are red hot in. So if you want to check that out, link for that website is in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Elon taking on Northeastern, 8:30 Eastern tip-off. Northeastern is -8, total at 139. They're also 5-2 straight up in their last 7, 7-3 straight up in their last 10. Head-to-head matchups taking on Elon if you're into historical trends. Now, Northeastern, they rank in the top 25 in the country in offensive field goal percentage, top 10 in defensive rebounding. Elon on the other side, just 3-12 straight up on the road this year. They're averaging a measly 64 points per contest on the road, and they're shooting just 38% from the field in that category. Now, Elon is 60% to the over in their last 10. Northeastern 3-1 to the over in their last 4 themselves. I'm going to lean Northeastern -8 in the over 139. Next matchup, San Francisco taking on Gonzaga, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Bulldogs are laying 13 in this matchup here, total at 152. Money's on Gonzaga and the under in this one. The Bulldogs open 12.5 up to -13. Total open 153 down to 152. 66% of the consensus are leaning toward Gonzaga. And right now, San Francisco is plus 720 on the money line. Now, if you like the Dons in this matchup here, just keep in mind they've successfully covered the point spread in just 3 out of their last 9. They're also just 5-8 ATS on the road this year. They're covering just 20% of their games as the official road underdog, and they're just 7-10 against the spread after 4 or less days off. Now, Gonzaga on the other side, 29-2 overall, first in scoring, second in field goal percentage, 6th in shooting the 3-ball. That's in the country. That's not in the conference. That's in the entire NCAA Division I. Now, Philip Petrusev, 18 points a game, 8 rebounds for him. Corey Kispert, 14 points a game, 4 rebounds. He's shooting 44% from downtown. And Adamon Gilder, 11 points a game, 3 rebounds for him. Gonzaga, they are averaging 88 points per contest. They're also shooting 51.5% from the field and 39% from downtown. One more thing to add about the Bulldogs. They rank in the top 25 in defensive rebounding. Now, total-wise, Gonzaga is 3-0 to the over in their last 3, 12-2 to the over away from home. I'm going to lean Gonzaga -13 in the over 152. Next matchup, it is going to be Green Bay taking on Northern Kentucky, 9:30 Eastern tip-off. The Norse of Northern Kentucky, they are -5, total 151. Green Bay, Wisconsin is plus $1.95 on the money line. Now, if you like Wisconsin Green Bay in this matchup here, they are 11-6 against the spread away from home, 80% against the spread in their games that tipped off at the current number. Jaquan McLeod, 17 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Amari Davis, 16 points a game, 4 rebounds for him. And Cameron Hankerson, 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Northern Kentucky on the other side, they failed to cover the number in 5 out of their last 7. They scored 62 points or less in 3 out of their last 4 as well. Total-wise, we're looking at a Northern Kentucky squad who's 11-4 to the under away from home, 5-1 to the under, 5-1 to the under in their games where the total was over 145. Meanwhile, Green Bay, Wisconsin, they are 2-0 to the under in their last two, taking on Northern Kentucky. I'm going to lean toward the underdog in this one. Give me Green Bay +5 in the under 151. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be St. Mary's taking on BYU, 11:30 Eastern tip-off. The Cougars of BYU, they are -4 total at 147. Money's on BYU and the under in this one. The Cougars open 3.5 up to -4. Total open 148 down to 147. 55% of the consensus are leaning toward BYU. And right now, St. Mary's are +160 on the money line. Now, if you like St. Mary's in this matchup here, just keep in mind they struggle in offensive rebounding. They're also allowing their opponents to shoot 45.4% from the field this year. They're 0-2 against the spread in their prior games at the current number, and they're just 6-8 against the spread, taking on teams over 650. So, of course, that's a win percentage, so really struggling to cover the number against top-caliber teams. Now, BYU, on the other side, they are 64% against the spread when laying the points. They're also 67% against the spread as the official road favorite. They've won their last 9 straight games. They went 6-3 against the spread in those 9. Yoli Childs, 22 points a game, 9 rebounds. Jake Toulson, 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's shooting 47% from beyond the arc. And TJ Halls, 14 points a game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. BYU, they rank in the top 10 in scoring on average per game in the country, top 3 in offensive field goal percentage, first in 3-point percentage. They're averaging 81 points a game. They're shooting 50.4% from the field, and they're shooting 42.3% from downtown. Now, 2 out of BYU's last 3 got over the number. No surprise there. They're also 60% to the over in their last 10. St. Mary's 4-0 to the over in their last 4. 11-4 to the over away from home. I'm going to lean BYU -4 and the over 147. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we do daily premium sports picks on that site, beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. And we're also 3-0 in our last 3 board member tier package plays. Shout out to Virgil Scandino, Ethan Hayes, Anthony James, Guardian Angel, Kevin Taylor, Bashawn Harris, Robert German, Trapstar, Chris Grays, Stephen Lewis, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to Miami Burner. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.